live. Yeah, yeah, we going live. Hey, hey, we going live. Yeah, yeah, we going live. Yeah, yeah, we going. Yeah, yeah, we going. Yeah, 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 we going live. From the 50-yard line, we going live. From the 50-yard line, we going live. From the 50-yard line. Hey.
On to the real.
Okay.
What you got today, Stephanie?
I don't have my thing in front of me. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, it's okay. So today, and you told me about him, and I went and looked him up, and I found so much stuff. Sebastian Little from Yale.
Yeah.
Former tight end. He is now an employee with the McChrystal Group.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a world-renowned, leadership and performance consulting company.
Yeah, like this dude. Listen, y'all. First of all, I never knew this existed. I told Jarrett this, and Jarrett was like, "What? Wait, what?" he was a semifinalist for the academic Heisman Trophy.
Never heard of it.
I said, "What is that?" But so deep dude. I really think he's really cool. Like his whole, what I read about him, his persona, he just seems like a really deep dude. Just, I don't know. Like, I like that he's so passionate about, so he works with schools, teams, and individuals and companies, right?
Mm-hmm.
Helping them with performance and I'm sorry, y'all. Why is somebody trying to get at me on Skype? Like, I don't even use Skype. Right. What is that? But no, he's just, I can tell in his interviews that he's really passionate about what he does. And I love that. I mean, first of all, the dude went to Yale. Come on. Let's start there. He was a tight end at Yale. Mm-hmm. So we already know, like, he had to come with it in order to be there, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, I just thought it was really cool. I thought it was we try not to do stories about people that everybody knows. Like, we always looking for, it's the guy who nobody may even have understood that what he did after the sport. So just introducing people into letting people know that like, you're more than the sport. Truly, it's real. Like, these people are, like, they exist.
Yeah.
And particularly right now, I think it's more important than ever for us to talk about it like this, because we see a lot of what's going on. Sports are at a halt right now.
Right.
A lot of people who have based their whole entire thought process around the fact that they would play sports, continue to play sports, be a professional professional athlete. All of those things are in question. Even the professional athlete, like, wait, am I going to get back on the field, or am I going to get back on the court, or is my time over? Like, everything is like a big question right now. So for them to be able to, for us to be able to do this and spotlight, we hope that people who are listening, if it's not for you, sharing it with somebody else, the stories that we share, because it's important right now. It's crucial right now.
Yeah.
You're more than the sport. I don't know who's listening. You're more than the sport.
Yeah. At some point, you got to show the world you can do something else.
Oh, come on now.
Yeah.
So, okay.
All right. Feel good final thought?
Okay.
Javon Kinlaw.
Yeah.
Now, when I went and looked him up, and I saw where he was from, I got excited.
I didn't tell you that part when I told you the story, right?
I feel like you didn't tell me that part on purpose.
I'm not going to tell you that. I didn't.
So Lawrence, I'm from DC.
Yep.
Every time we talk about somebody from DC, I get extra
Lord.
hype. Any story that comes on about something around DC, I get extra hype. So Javon Kinlaw, he is projected to be a top 20 pick in this upcoming draft.
Yeah. You were like, I didn't know he was in the first one. Yeah.
Right. Didn't even know.
Yes, sir.
But after I went and researched him a little bit, I saw that he was from DC.
Mm-hmm.
And
I didn't tell you that though.
He spent some of his childhood being homeless.
A lot of his childhood.
Well, a lot of his childhood being homeless, and to go from being homeless to almost, about to be drafted into the NFL draft to an NFL team, and in the top 20, I believe he'll be a millionaire. That's just a great story.
Yeah.
And one of the things he said, what was I don't remember the exact quote, but it was something about he just wants a home.
Wanted was a home.
Yeah.
He said, literally, I don't care how much they pay me. I just want a home.
Yeah.
And so I'm about to cry. It hit home so hard for me because I can't even imagine, for him. And he said, and then he's so humble because some of the things, like, they were like, oh, you lived like that. Like I told you the story, how he said, they got put out of their house and they went, and it was pretty much like they were standing just squatting, I would assume, in a house that had no water, no running water, and no electricity. And he said he would have to go with a bucket to the next door neighbor's house, fill the bucket up, come back in, boil it on the stove. Then they would mix some other water with it, I guess, and that's how they would take baths or shower. Wow. So that's just like one story. He told a lot, but he was like, but I don't want anybody. He was like, I'm not telling that stuff because, I feel bad. He was like, it was what it was. It was how I live. Somebody else that might feel bad about that. He was like, I don't feel bad about it. That's just how I live. But, for him to know that in a few weeks, you'll go and you'll be able to do whatever you need to do for you and your family.
Yeah.
Just, we always say it's eyeball, sweat, or a smile. This was kind of one of both for me because I'm happy for him. First of all, let's not even sugarcoat and just slide over the fact that he went to a D1 school.
Right.
After being homeless, he went to he was at University of South Carolina.
Yep. Right.
So let's not even skip just over the fact that you made it to college, which is in itself a feat. But now that you get to go to this next level, it's tremendous, and I just love it.
Yeah. I want y'all to get a hold of him to see if y'all can get him, because what needs to be bottled up for this younger generation is the level of perseverance that he had to embody, and the level of dig and deliberate, inspiring, just go and get up and get after it that he had to do with not many people to see it modeled. Right. And again, to have a high school football coach, to have somebody in his life, and y'all talk about how important these people are in a youth's life. And I remember how horrible my high school football coach was. And had I not had a parent at home to counterbalance what I was getting in practice, like, where would I be if I didn't have somebody to go home to that talked sane to me? And so for somebody to speak life into him to where he's still this humble, but then also this appreciative of the opportunity.
Yeah.
I think that's where these owners, and if we circle back, where they can get away or feel like they could get away with doing what they did in the CBA is because you have, how many Javons do they have on their team that are just thankful?
Yeah.
And they're being predators.
Right.
Let's call it what it is. They're being predators.
And
so I think in this moment, kids like him is like, not only am I leveling up just for a house, but take a kid from Akron. Right. And now that should be the model. Like, what schooling am I now going to start? Because now I need dormitories because I don't want to meet another me.
Yeah.
Right. Like, and now that would insinuate my contract is not $1 million. I need $20 million because 10 of it needs to be guaranteed because I got a school that I need to support, right? And I think that's what's powerful about this story is who's going to get a hold of him to mentor him, to coach him, to mold him. Yes, great story, love it. Yeah, love it. Make it a 30 for 30, but make sure that he's getting the resources he needs to handle this properly. Because if he didn't learn to respect it, he's going to be another statistic.
Absolutely. I don't know if he's really that guy. I hope he's not. He doesn't come off to me like he would be that guy that would just go crazy. I think he's more appreciative than anything.
For sure.
But no, I agree. Like, real talk. Like, now you got my wheels turning. Like, how do we get him?
Yeah.
You know, like, how do we get somebody like him? How do we get to him? I'm like, are you in DC or are you in South Carolina? Because if you're in South Carolina, I can make a ride. You know.
Now, right now, like, he's in Arizona, preparing for the drive.
Right. That's right. I saw that.
But
everybody got in. Everybody jump in the DM. Jump in his DM.
Yeah, we had to reach out to him. At least, shoot him a message or something, seeing if he would be open to talking to us. And
I feel like he would be somebody who would really appreciate what we're trying to do.
Right.
Because he would have loved probably to have something like that along the way for himself. And even though you're going to the NFL, we don't know if you're ready for what's more than the sport.
Right. Right.
You know what I mean? Are you ready?
Talk about it.
Yeah.
So, all right, Lawrence, there you go, putting ideas in our heads. Listen.
Right.
I just planted the seed. That's all.
Man.
Oh, this has been great. I love it.
Man, we got to have you on again, man.
Yeah. Look, I like when people know what they're talking about.
Right.
Yeah.
It gave me some homework, so I had to be ready.
Like, listen, because I'm being a female, people always assume I don't know what I'm talking about, and so I'm always like, no, I know what I'm talking about, and so you better come with it if you're coming.
Right. Yeah.
Good stuff, man. Appreciate y'all.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you, man. Tell everybody where they can reach you again.
Again, man, www.bossconsultingllc.net. And also email me, contact me. I love to respond. Lawrence at bossconsultingllc.net. Find me on all social media at Boss Lab, BOSSLLAB, and also on Anchor, Spotify. You can find the Hot Takes with Boss podcast and also Grow or Die podcast.
Yeah. Man, thank you so much for joining us, Lawrence, man.
Yes, thank you. We appreciate it. Yeah.
Well, guys, as always, we thank you all for tuning into us. We got something slightly different today. We always give you where you can reach out to us. That information has changed. So
let me say this. Hold on. Let me say.
I'm sorry.
So, that with growth comes change.
Yeah.
And so this is a good thing that we're having to say what we're saying to you all.
Yeah.
Because things are happening.
Yeah.
And it's pretty humbling for us, I think. And so we'll keep y'all posted on what's going on. But go ahead, Jarrett. You can tell them what's going on now.
So we are going to have to switch our social media channels. So instead of reaching out to us at Field to the Real now for the podcast, you guys are going to reach out to us at Field, the number 2, the Real Podcast, at Field, the number 2, the Real Podcast, on Instagram and Twitter. You will, if you want to email us and, give us some feedback, reach out to us. Just talk to us about anything. You can email us at field2therealpodcast@gmail.com. And our YouTube channel. Right now, you can still look at our content on Field to the Real, our YouTube channel, but we're going to be switching that stuff over to Field, the Real podcast, over on YouTube. So please check us out, interact with us. It's like pulling teeth to get y'all to respond to who's
I'm gonna
really
just
right.
stop putting the posts out there. I'm gonna just stop.
But
every time I'm like, somebody liked it, but they didn't say
anything. Right. We get folks that like it, but they don't say who they think is really right. Yeah. But yeah, so it's a lot of transition. It's a lot of change. There's gonna be some good stuff that comes out of this, and I'm excited. I don't want to speak on it yet.
No, not yet.
We gotta hold on to it for a second, but
yeah,
we just appreciate you guys, being patient with us and rocking with us for all this long. So thank you so much.
We'll be putting some stuff out on the Field to the Real page that's up now so that you'll know exactly how to get with us at the new page.
Right.
Yeah.
So that page will still be there.
Content, the other page will still be there. We just won't, that's not where our podcast content will be.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right, people.
Peace.
Now put the cameras on me. 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 Put the cameras on me.